Welcome to episode 40 of the David and Hillary Show. Now, I know you don't see Hillary, but you will in just a minute. And when you see her, she's going to be with our friend and neighbor, Patricia Patts. When Patricia became our neighbor a couple of years ago, we found out pretty quickly that she's had a very interesting life and has some really cool stories. I know you're going to love this interview. And one of these days, we are planning to upgrade the studio so we can actually have 3 or maybe even go crazy and have 4 people on here at the same time. But for now, it's just 2. And so Hillary drew the right straw that she gets to interview Patricia Patts. It's going to be a great interview. I've already seen it. I know it's amazing. You're going to love it. And you'll get to see where we got our title. You just have to sparkle for 5 minutes. Here it is. Hillary and Patricia Patts.
All right, today I'm so excited. I have my neighbor. My neighbor is here, and she's just going to talk about gardening. That's all. No.
Actually, I would just talk about your garden because mine sucks.
Well, this is not a gardening show, so no panic, no fear. But we are going to talk about who you are and where you've been and the really crazy cool things that you've done.
I have done some crazy cool things.
Yeah. I'm really excited. So I'm just going to start off with a little bit of an introduction. Your name is Patricia Patts.
Yes.
And you were born in California, right?
I was, yeah.
All right. Tell me a little bit about your family.
So I'm one of 5 kids. My family was all sort of involved in theater, acting, singing. I've got cousins that did an album in the 50s.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we had lived in Boston for a few years when I was little. And my dad got a new job in California, and we went out, and we immediately found a theater group, and the whole family got involved, which was really, we're not a super close family. Mm-hmm. So all of my childhood memories with my family is really at this theater, and we built sets and ran lights and sound and made costumes, sold tickets, did concessions.
How fun.
Yeah.
Fun, yeah.
And I always recommend when people go, oh, I want to be an actor. Like I always say, find a local theater and do everything.
Right.
And so.
And why do you say that?
Life is more than just being on stage.
Mm-hmm.
By learning everything else that's in the background, when you do get up on stage, I feel like you understand more of what everything else, like to stand in the light because somebody is up there paying attention to that light. You know what I mean?
Trying to get you in that light.
Trying to get you in that light, in that spot.
To do their job.
But so much, like now that I'm so much older and I can look back on the things that I learned back then, when I got my first house, my dad came and we rewired the kitchen.
Very cool. Right. Because you had all the experience.
Because I had learned how to do that. And there was so much about home ownership that I could look at my childhood and go, oh, well, I can make curtains because I could make a dress. I could, so, and then actually being on stage gives you this confidence in the world to be in front of an interviewer or to put on a presentation at work.
Right.
So there's just so much that I can look back and go, oh, I got that from that 4-year experience of working in a local theater.
Right. Yeah. And, even as you said that, I feel like that reminds me too, like what a good perspective to remember. It's never just that person in the spotlight.
Never.
And that person can't even be there unless every other person is doing their job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they wouldn't even be there without those other people. It's like so much like interconnectivity
Yes.
in life.
Yes.
You're never just a star.
But that's true of anything in life.
Exactly.
Like I'm always surprised by these people who say, well, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. Well, yeah, I've always worked really hard, and I'm very proud of the things that I have accomplished in my life, but I didn't do it in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
There were teachers who believed in me. There were my parents who backed me, and they weren't the greatest parents in the world, but I always knew they had my back.
Yep.
I have the schooling opportunities that I did. And all of that contributed to me being able to be a functioning adult and get through life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can look at that and know that I had more privilege than other people. Wasn't that I was privileged. I wasn't ever rich. I wasn't, but those experiences and those people led me to be who I am.
I love it. I have a super great friend, and she used to always say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yep.
And that really spoke to me, because sometimes I do like to go fast. I was like, I just get out of my way. I want to get done. But the truth is, you can go farther if you go together.
Absolutely.
So I love it. I love it. All right. So were you born in Boston then?
No, I was actually born in California, and then 3 weeks later.
Oh, wow.
So my dad worked
okay.
for Governor Brown, who lost his job to Governor Ronald Reagan.
Okay.
And so he had gotten a job back in Boston, and he moved the family back there. And then somewhere along the way, somebody that he had worked with in government called and said, hey, we've got this other job, and he was like, get me out of Boston.
But
he just didn't like the cold. Loved Boston.
Right.
Loved his family, but didn't like the cold.
Was he also in theater? So
like,
government and theater. That's a really interesting mix.
I found paperwork at one point where he had actually started a theater group in Boston.
Okay.
And I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I was just going through stuff, and it was like, what on earth is this?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So I did some research on you.
Uh-oh.
I know. But it said that your first commercial was around age 6.
Yeah, it was
that
6,
your
7
first,
year old.
Had you been in plays? Had you been in theater before that?
I had done dozens of shows before. So the shows, getting involved in that group and doing the shows, led us all to an agent.
Okay.
And the agent is the one that started sending me out, and I started getting commercials and things like that.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny to look back on it, because there's so many kids that I knew from those early days who ended up going on and doing other things.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to that little theater group.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to tell us about that first commercial?
So it was a pizza commercial for Mama Celeste Pizza.
Okay.
Abbondanza. I don't even think they make it anymore.
Was it good?
I mean, I'd have Mama Celeste Pizza before. It was your typical frozen pizza that you get at the grocery store.
Yeah.
The funny thing about it was, so a lot of times they'll have you eat and then spit out.
Okay. Not swallow.
Not swallow.
Okay.
And so all morning long they were like, spit it out, spit it out, spit it. And I'm like, okay. Well, by lunchtime I'm starving. And they always have amazing catering at these things.
Okay.
And so
did they have Mama Celeste Pizza?
They did have Mama Celeste Pizza. And so me and the other kid that was in the commercial together, we ate and ate and ate, and then we had pizza. And then they were like, okay, everybody back onto set. And we were like, great. And they were like, okay, now we want you to swallow it.
After you were totally full. Totally full.
By the end of the day, I was so sick
Yeah.
from just continuing to eat. It was terrible.
I would think they would tell you.
You would think they would
Right?
tell me.
I bet you never forgot that.
No.
Never happened again.
Never happened again. Never happened again.
That's how they, quote, tell you. Well,
Yeah.
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 One time.
And like the parents that were there were like, oh, yeah, they always do that. And I was like, well, great. Why didn't you like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, my mom didn't know. She'd never
Yeah.
been on a set like this before. So, yeah.
Yeah. So was the commercial less believable as the day went on? Because you were like, Mama Celeste pizza.
No. But it got harder
so
to
good.
do, right? It got hard. It did get harder to do, but you know,
Oh, that's
my
funny.
mom always had this thing where she would say, "You just need to sparkle for 5 minutes, and you'll be fine."
Oh, I love it.
Right?
Can you say
So,
sparkle again?
Sparkle.
Sparkle. I love this.
We actually put that on my my parents' tombstone.
That's awesome.
We did and I don't remember the exact phrasing, but we came up with something that my dad always said and my mom always said, and we blended them together for their headstone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else from the commercial?
That was about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still like pizza?
I do. I had
Okay.
pizza for dinner last night.
All right. I was hoping it wasn't one of those things where you're like, that was the last time I ate pizza. Because that would be so sad.
That would be sad, wouldn't it?
All right. This next picture.
Yes.
Completely adorable.
Thank you.
And I will just have to say.
The dog is very cute, isn't he?
He is so cute. You are so cute. I think that every singer that I knew in elementary school wanted to sing Annie.
Oh, yeah.
This was just like the biggest. We didn't go to hardly any movies in the theater. And when Annie came out as a movie,
Yeah.
we went to the theater and saw it. It's just
Gotcha.
one of my core memories. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this was a big deal.
It was a very big deal. And so it was 1978 when I auditioned.
Okay.
Andre McArdle was still doing the show in New York.
Okay.
And they already had a touring company that was going across the country, but this was going to be specifically California based.
Okay. Yeah.
At least to begin with. And 2,000 girls showed up for the audition,
Wow.
and they all walked in.
How did you feel at that moment? Can you tell you're in a group it's that big? Can you see the other people? Are you separate?
You can see the other people.
Because I'm thinking at that point, I'm going back home.
Oh no,
2,000 girls.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna
Well,
go get some
and we
Mama
didn't-
Celeste pizza and go home.
So it was an open call from like 8 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Okay.
And so you get there and you sign in and
How old are you at this point? I'm sorry.
I'm 10.
10. Okay.
10.
10. Wow.
And so you're seeing girls sort of cycle in and out throughout
Okay.
your time that you're there. And every single one of them sang either Tomorrow or Hard Knock Life,
Sure. Of course.
depending on if they wanted to be Annie or if they wanted to be an orphan.
Yes.
And so my sister walks in before me and she doesn't sing something from the show.
Okay.
And so normally when you go in, they tell you that you're only allowed to sing 8 bars of music, which is, going to be the intro of a song, or it's going to be
Is that 8 measures?
eight
bars?
measures.
Yeah.
8 measures.
So that's pretty quick.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So my sister walks in and she starts singing her song, and they allow her to sing the entire song.
Wow. Now, do you know this? You don't know this at the time. You
You
find
don't-
out later.
No, well, no, we're sitting outside. We can hear it
you
all.
can hear it. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so all the other kids are going, why is she getting to sing her whole song?
Right.
That's not fair.
Right.
Right. And so my sister comes out. She goes, they had me sing the whole song. And my mom was like, oh, that's great. And so then I walk in and they let me sing my entire song.
Okay.
And everybody's sitting outside going, wait a minute.
That's not fair.
That's not fair. So I come out of the room.
Apparently you're sparkling.
Right. I come out I wasn't singing tomorrow.
Right.
They'd heard the song 500 times that day by the time I walked in the door. It was a breath of fresh air to hear something else.
Right.
So it turns out that, so he walked out right after me.
Who is he?
So he was one of our producers.
Okay.
Was there doing the initial audition. And so he turns out later he walked out the door, called Martin Charnin in New York, who was our director, and he wrote Annie. It was his concept. It was his baby. And he called Martin in New York and said, hey, I got her.
Oh, wow.
And Martin was like, you've been at this for an hour. You didn't find her. He goes, wait till you meet her. I got her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. When did you find that out?
So I found that out. So they had that first audition. Then they had callbacks later in the day. So we ended up being there from about 8 a.m. till 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And then they had a special audition for me and Martin. And that was at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion in Los Angeles. It was just us and Milton Green, who was our musical director.
Now, is this the gentleman from New York? Did they bring him in?
So they brought Martin to
From
LA.
New York to LA to see you.
To meet me.
And is he, what was his role? Did he write this for Broadway?
So
or did he
it was his concept. He had found the original Little Orphan Annie book.
Right.
And read it and went, this would make a great musical.
Okay.
So it was his concept. He had pulled the team together. He had written a good portion of the songs are his. The whole story was his.
Okay.
So it was his baby.
Yeah.
And so Martin came out to LA and interviewed me by myself. It was the first time I sang one of the songs from the show, and I actually sang Maybe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful song. It's still, of her songs, that is my favorite one of hers. And he called me over to his lap, and he patted his lap, and I sat down, and he tilted me over, and he goes, where did you come from? Where have you been all of my life?
Aww.
And I sat up and I said, well, where did I come from? I came from my mommy's tummy. And where have I been? Stuck in school. And he just laid his head back and just roared with laughter.
Yeah.
And it was such an Annie kind of comment to make. And I hadn't seen the show. I hadn't read the script.
Wow.
I knew very little about it. I had listened to the album maybe once.
Right.
And then learned the one
so
song.
you weren't in love with this musical. You weren't like singing it in your room all the time.
No. But literally everyone that we knew was coming to my mom and saying, she's going to this audition, right? The audition's coming up on Saturday, blah, blah. You know, like everybody in our circle was saying, you're taking her, right? She's perfect.
Yeah.
And my mom, so my oldest sister and brother had just gotten off a tour of Annie Get Your Gun with Debbie Reynolds and Gavin MacLeod.
Okay.
And had spent 3 months in San Francisco and then another 3 months in Los Angeles. And my mom was like, I'm not taking her to this audition. She'll get it. and then I'll be stuck in another green room that's beige. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not taking her. And I was on my knees sobbing, begging her to please take me to this audition. And my brother, my older brother, who was 15 at the time, looks at her and goes, Mom, it's our destiny. You have to take her. My mom swore a lot. I won't swear on your program, but she was like, well, how do you fight destiny from a 15-year-old kid?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So that's how I ended up at the audition.
I think you owe your brother like a steak dinner or something
I
like that.
probably owe him something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, I in second grade, I think, our music teacher, we didn't have a separate music class. Our school was kind of small, but our music teacher would roll the piano down the hallway and roll it into your classroom, and then she would play for us and we would all sing.
Oh, wow.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. When Annie came out, of course, every girl wanted to sing Annie.
Yeah.
And there were 2 or 3 of us in the classroom that we would always get picked for the solos. We kind of had a little, competition going. But I just still remember that feeling of hearing that piano coming down the hallway and knowing it was going to be time for music. And and that was all the rage. She would play Annie all the time for us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
loved
awesome. It's funny to have those kinds of memories. The first time as an adult that I ever saw the show, they were doing it at my daughter's middle school, and that music started, the muted trombone, dun, 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 dun. And all of a sudden I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I was backstage and I could feel the bucket in one hand, and I could feel because I always checked that the letter was in my pocket of my dress. And all of a sudden I was 10 years old and I could feel it all again and felt the butterflies. And it was like, wow, this is so weird.
I totally believe that.
Yeah.
I looked up online. It sounds like you did this at 2 theaters, right?
I did. I was at the Curran Theater in San Francisco for 3 months.
We've got a little picture of that here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Is that what it looked like when you were there?
Yeah. Although,
that's gorgeous.
I saw it from a completely different perspective.
Right.
So when I graduated from college in my 40s, my daughter and I took a trip to California, and we did some camping up in Yosemite, and we went to San Francisco, and I had arranged for us to get to see the theater and go backstage, and they gave me a really nice tour. And so that is where my memories of the theater come from, because as a child, I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
I saw the seats and the pipes.
And this is what they were looking at.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
To be there and to experience all that. How long were you at the Curran Theater?
So 3 months at the Curran.
Curran?
Yep, Curran. 3 months at the Curran, all through summer. And then once school started up again, we went back to California. And we went that was the Schubert Theater in Century City.
So I have a couple of pictures here. I found an outside photo. Does that look like the outside of it?
Now, the Curran Theater is no longer there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of that, at least the front part is not there. I think the Twin Towers
Curran
are still
or the
there.
Schubert?
The Curran is still there.
Okay.
The Schubert Theater is not.
In L.A.?
In L.A.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
they tore it down.
Are they calling these the Twin Towers?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that they had those in L.A.
Yeah.
Or sorry.
Now,
Yes, LA.
I don't know that they called them the Twin Towers. I think they did. But that's how we always referred to it. So
the Curran was in San Francisco.
Yes.
And the Schubert was in LA.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're saying that this one is no longer there.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. And so how many months did you play at this theater?
So I was there, I think, for 9 or 10 months.
Okay.
I did it there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you toured for over a year.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you homeschooling or tutoring or?
Yes.
At that
so anytime you do anything like that, they bring in a tutor. And we had a special dressing room downstairs that was just for our schooling.
Okay.
We're supposed to do 3 hours a day 5 days a week.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how does that break up into a schedule as far as...
What we would generally do is like 5 hours and 5 hours.
Okay.
Because, we did 2 shows on Wednesdays, so we couldn't do Wednesdays. We did 2 shows on Saturdays, so we couldn't do Saturdays. We were off Monday.
Okay.
So there were really only 3 days out of the week that
Right.
we could be at the theater and do our work. And so we would do what we called banking of hours. So we did most of it on 2 days a week. And then the third day we might go to a museum, or we might go roller skating, or we might go see a movie or something like that. So we had a lot of fun experiences.
Still living at home.
Still at home.
So mom's having to drive you in every day.
Yes.
Was it quite a long drive, or did you live nearby?
So at the time, it was probably a 40-minute drive each way.
Yeah.
Wasn't horrible. I think if I were to do that now, with the changes in traffic in LA, it would probably be an hour and a half at least to make it across town.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a commitment. No wonder mom was,
right.
I'm not taking a...
Right. Well, and the 405 at that time was like 3 lanes each way. And I think it's now like 8 lanes each way. And they still have traffic jams on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's generally, we took the 405 to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So was your very next adventure when you became Peppermint Patty?
Well, actually, it happened at the same time.
Oh, really?
So we were in San Francisco, and Charles Schulz, who's the creator of Peanuts, came to see the show, came backstage, and basically talked to my mom and offered me the part.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even have to audition.
That is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool. So were the shows going to overlap? Like you were doing both? Like you were finishing up Annie and you were doing Peppermint Patty?
So it was during the summer, so I didn't have school.
Okay.
So my days were free. They came, my mom and I were staying at a hotel in San Francisco, as were most of the kids that were in the show. And a good portion of the grown-ups were also, because it was the hotel that my mom had stayed at the year before. She had a relationship with the owner. He was fantastic. And so when I got Annie, she called him up and said, hey, we're coming up again. And so
I'm gonna back up. I'm sorry. I'm a little confused.
That's okay.
So when you were doing Annie, were you staying in a hotel? Or you were
in San Francisco?
Oh, of course, right.
In San Francisco. Yeah,
okay.
We were staying in a hotel. And so they would send a limousine. The Peanuts people would send a limousine. They'd pick me up. They'd drive me across town to their studio.
Okay.
And I got to spend the day with Charles Schulz and Lee Mendelsohn and Bill Melendez.
So still like 10 years old, 11?
10, 11. I had my 11th birthday that summer in San Francisco.
In a limo?
In a limo. Yeah, well.
So as an 11-year-old, did it faze you at all? Did you realize how cool that was?
No.
No. Like, oh, my limo's here.
No, I mean, I wasn't jaded enough that it was like, oh, God, the limo's here.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't that. But it also wasn't, I was never that kid that was like, oh, I'm so important. I'm driving in a limo.
Right.
Like, it was always just, oh, fun, a limo's here.
Yeah.
Let's go, you know. But I took taxis around town and took the BART, which is the underground.
By yourself?
Yes.
At 10 or 11?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Us kids, we would all go together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
For the most part. Although I had my very first date in San Francisco as an 11-year-old. He was an older man. He was 15.
Okay.
I got to buy my very first pair of candy wedgies because he was taller than me. And I took a taxi to the restaurant that we were meeting at.
Okay.
By myself. and met the boy there. I also met Mayor Moscone
Oh, wow.
at lunch because,
Did he want to meet Annie?
he asked the staff to go over and asked me to come to his table.
Okay.
Yes. So I went over to his table and
But he recognized you.
oh
He knew
yeah,
you were.
yeah. It was so ridiculously obvious who I was at all times because I had this red hair that was just not really a natural color. I have seen it on kids, but it was just such a bright red color, and I was on everything. I was on every morning television show.
Okay.
The commercials were running constantly. Everybody knew that Annie was playing at the Curran Theater in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So it,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
yeah.
So, okay. So you get the limo ride
Yes.
to see if you're going to be Peppermint Patty.
Not to see.
Okay, so you just said, "You're it."
You're it.
Okay.
I was it. In fact, the story that I heard later was that he had seen the show one night, and Lee Mendelson, who was our producer, saw it another night, and they called each other and said, "Hey, I found the next Patty. Wait a minute. No, I found the next Patty. No. Wait till you. No. And they were fighting over me.
And they didn't know it.
They didn't know it.
They both picked you.
Yes.
And we're fighting for their pick,
Yes.
not realizing it was the same pick.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So what was that like? Because that's a totally different type of production.
It is. Oh, it
Doing
totally
voiceover
is.
instead of performing in front of a live audience.
Totally is.
So what does a day as Peppermint Patty look like?
Super easy. It's the easiest acting job that you'll ever have. You walk into the studio. So there was one time where I was there with other kids, but most of the time I was there by myself.
Okay.
And our director. And they have a music stand in front of you with the lines on it.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about looking at the camera. Smiling. You don't have to worry about makeup, hair,
lighting.
The light, none of it. Like you can show up in your pajamas and nobody cares. And, you sit there and read the script. And if you flub a line, I'd been doing theater for 4 years, 5 years by this point. You can't flub a line, right? If something happens, somebody has to back up and rescue you,
right?
Or you have to, think on your feet to make sure that information, if it's important information, gets through. In a voiceover, if you flub up the line, you go, oh, okay, let me do that again.
Yeah.
Hey, Chuck, how's it going?
Yeah.
And so, so easy.
So it sounds like there weren't other cast members reading with you. You're by yourself.
No, the director, Bill Melendez, would read with us.
That's really actually super impressive because in theater, I would think you're playing off of the energy of other people all the time.
Yes.
But by yourself with a microphone, it's so much more from inside of you, and you're having to create all the energy.
But I was with Bill Melendez.
Okay.
And if any of your Peanuts fans, go and find a video of Bill and listen to how he speaks. He has a very character voice himself.
Okay.
Bill was Snoopy, Woodstock, the womp womp, womp womp womp.
Oh, yeah.
Is a mix of his voice and a muted trombone.
Okay, yeah.
Any sound that was not a child was Bill.
Awesome.
I actually just found out recently that at some point somebody went, you know what's funny? I've never seen a check from the Screen Actors Guild for you. And he was like, why would I get a check from the Screen Actors Guild? And they were like, because you were Snoopy and Woodstock and the parents and he was like, oh yeah, no, that was just part of my job. And they were like, no, it wasn't. So apparently they had to go back 25 years and
Wow.
figure out how to pay him for every single residual for 25 years.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
That was a
is-
nice check.
I can only imagine. Wow.
Yeah.
And amazing too that he was like, no, it's just my job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very laid back. He was very funny. And he was fun to work with. Like, the whole group of them were just lovely people. And I have such fond memories of all of it. And I'm so
so great.
proud to be a part of this little group of people that got to experience this.
Yeah. Yeah. What an honor.
Yeah.
I have a few pictures that I pulled out. This one is from You're the Greatest, Charlie
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
So that was the first one, right?
Yeah. That was the first one.
Any memories from that one specifically, or?
Not really. So the biggest memory that I have is it's one of the first times I had done Foley work, which for people not in the industry, Foley work is sort of background noises.
Yes.
So, if there was cheering going on or that sort of thing, what you would do is we would all crowd around one microphone, and then we would say stuff. Hey, Chuck, go run. Yay. Right. And then you move your position because moving your position around the microphone changes how the sound gets into the tape.
Okay.
Okay. And then you would say different things. So there was maybe 4 or 5 of us that were around there. And then when they blend it all together, it sounds like it's a crowd of 30 or 40.
Wow.
And so
That's cool.
my biggest memory was meeting Charles Schulz, but also being around that microphone and sort of playing Chinese fire drill where you'd be like, okay, everybody move.
Yeah. So in that point, you did get to record with a few other people.
With a few other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you were also in She's a Good Skate, Charlie Brown.
Yes.
Now, is this more of a feature for Peppermint Patty?
It was a feature for Peppermint Patty. The strip had been written a number of years before, and they had talked about doing it, but it had just never been like a focus for them. And when they hired me, they were like, okay, we need to do this now.
Yeah.
So I also got to do that.
Look how cute you are skating.
Thank you. I worked hard on
That's
that.
such a cute picture. Can you actually skate?
I cannot actually skate.
So you are not a good skate.
No. The good skate was actually Charles Schulz's daughter, who was a professional skater. And so she actually choreographed it, and they filmed her doing the routine.
Okay.
And then the people who animate it took those videos and basically copied them with Peppermint Patty
That is
skating.
so cool.
Yeah.
So that would be Charles Schulz's daughter.
Yes.
Was
Yes.
kind of the inspiration for that.
Yeah.
All right.
If you ever go up to the Charles Schulz Museum,
Where's that at?
It's in Santa Rosa, California,
Okay.
and it is right next to the ice skating rink that he built.
Oh, wow.
And he built it. There had been an ice skating rink in town. It had been condemned. It was fallen down. And so his daughter, in order to get her skate lessons, was having to drive to San Francisco. And apparently she kept saying, Daddy, can we just build an ice skating rink in the backyard? And he was like, no, we can't.
Yeah.
And so the story that he told me when I hung out with him one day was that his daughter kept asking for this, and he kept saying, no, we're not. That's ridiculous. We're not building you your own ice skating rink. And one day he said, I was out driving through town, and all the kids in town were hanging out at the grocery store. And he thought, he hung out at, candy shops or ice cream shops and here
Right.
the kids, and he realized that there was no place for them to hang out in town. So he said, I went home to my wife at the time and said, honey, we're building an ice skating rink, but it's going to be public.
Wow.
And so she took over designing it and building it. She had an artist hand carve the menu for the Snoopy Cafe, which is in the building.
Okay.
And so the price of hot chocolate has never gone up. It's still 10
I
cents.
say 10 cents, I bet.
It's
Yeah.
10 cents. And it's never gone up because they didn't want to change the sign because it was so beautiful and artistic. So they kept the sign up. I think the other prices have gone up, but you can still get hot chocolate for 10 cents.
That's really cool.
And it's right next to, after he passed away, his current wife went and built the museum honoring him. So it's right next door.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I found this adorable picture, and you had written a little story about this. I read this on your page.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, if nothing else, we are going to talk about this picture. Number one, adorable.
Adorable.
What's happening in this scene? And this is in She's a Good Skate.
She's a Good
right?
Skate. Yes.
Okay.
So, so in the story, she needs a dress, and she has convinced herself that Marcy knows how to sew because she has a sewing machine. And Marcy's like, it's my mom's. I
Right.
don't know how to sew.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, of course you do. And she goes and she buys fabric and she brings it over to Marcy's house and she makes Marcy sew her a dress.
Can I just say true Peppermint Patty, right?
Right.
Of course you do.
Of
I'll be
course.
right back. I'm bringing everything over. You're making me a dress.
Right.
She's just
Right.
And she probably did.
She made a cape dress. Like there's no armholes and it goes to the ground and it's hideous. And Snoopy walks in.
Okay.
And of course Snoopy can do everything.
Everything.
So Snoopy starts sewing and the pins are flying and he makes this dress that you see. And she goes, now if you could just do something with my mousy blah hair. In the original strip, Snoopy walks off of the edges
Yeah.
and he comes back in with a box and he hands her the box and inside of it is an afro.
Okay.
So they go to do the show and I was Annie. So they put the Annie wig in the box. But I didn't know that when I read through the script and did the part, right?
So you hadn't seen this picture or
I
anything?
had not
No
seen the
drawings?
picture. I knew nothing about it.
Okay.
Well, we were now back in LA and I was doing some pickups for I think it was Bon Voyage Charlie Brown, although it may have been when I went in to actually do the entire thing. But there was this guy and he was doing what he called cleanup work, which was making sure that everything flowed properly, that there weren't specks, there weren't things out of whack.
In the animation.
Okay. So he wasn't listening to anything. He was just looking at the film as it went by to make sure everything was clean. And so we start talking to him and he goes, would you like to see what I'm working on? And we go, sure. So he plays this clip of her getting the dress on, Snoopy walking out, walking back in and putting the wig on her head. And my mother and I just absolutely lost it. We start laughing hysterically. And the guy's like, why is that so funny?
Why is that?
And I was like, 'cause I'm Annie. And he goes, oh, that is funny.
That is great.
Yeah, that was a great little inside joke
Yes.
that they threw in, and I love that about it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love that. And so that was 1980.
Yeah.
And then the next one came out again. What was the year? Oh, same year.
Same year.
They did Bon Voyage.
Yeah.
I don't think I even say those words.
Bon voyage.
Bon voyage.
Charlie Brown.
And don't come back.
Yes.
Which that's so rough.
Believe it means good voyage.
Yes.
Good travels.
That's the don't come back part. That was a little.
Well, yeah, that's Lucy. It's actually Lucy's only line in the entire thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't come back.
And don't come back.
So I found this picture here.
Yeah.
Here you are trying to tell Charlie Brown what to do.
Yeah. And Snoopy's our driver.
Yeah.
Woodstock sitting there looking quite concerned.
So it's really just it's so classic and such a part of our childhood.
Yeah.
Just so many different Charlie Brown, Peppermint Patty moments and
Yeah.
Snoopy and Woodstock.
You're holding my hand, Chuck. Well, what's funny about this particular moment in the show is with Snoopy driving, he keeps crashing in the show, and he gets out of the car and he starts flipping everybody off
in the show.
in the show. Yes.
Did they show that?
Yes.
I don't think I've
Well,
seen this.
So he's doing this, which is
Gotcha.
the French way
I was
of-
going to say, you're in France. Yeah.
yes, we're in France.
Ah.
And
So the French version.
yes. And then apparently Marcy is saying some stuff that's not quite kosher as well.
Slipping it under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you watch these old cartoons, a lot of them did that. There was a lot of little
And you
subtle
didn't catch it. Yeah.
that you didn't catch
Yeah.
it as a child.
Right.
But the parents caught it, which is why the parents were just as happy to go
Yeah.
and watch these shows.
And they certainly weren't going to tell us, hey, did you catch that part where, yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just the three, right? We did the three Charlie
Yeah.
Brown. And then what was next after that? Because did Annie was probably ending around the same time?
So I finished these.
Okay.
And then Annie, I decided I needed to leave Annie. And I just really, there had been some stuff that had happened with Annie, which would be a whole other episode.
Part 2.
And I just really needed out.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a huge endeavor. I can't even imagine the stress and the exhaustion.
No, there were
was just
certain
amazing.
people in the background that were not kind.
Yeah.
That made me go,
Yep.
I just want to go back to school and be a
Yeah.
regular kid
Yeah.
and not do this for a while.
Yep.
I did go back. I got a call from Terry Carter, who was in Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Back in the day, he had a production company, and he was doing a PBS television series that actually won an Emmy.
Okay.
And he wanted me to play one of the parts in that. Again, really didn't I auditioned sort of.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where I kind of had the role before I walked in the door.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and I did some other things along the way, and so
So I think we're probably getting pretty close to time,
Yeah.
but I did remember there was one other picture that just was so fun.
Yeah.
Because I believe this was all done in a really, even though it looks a little harsh on the comment, I could only imagine that it was done with a really fun spirit.
yes. So this is Rosemarie.
All right. And if people aren't familiar with her, this was Sally Rogers from the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yes.
Right? That's what she was
Yes.
kind of most
Yes,
known for.
exactly.
So
She was doing a show called Four Girls Four, I
Yes.
think it was
Yep.
called. And it was at a theater right down the street from the Curran. And they had so the theaters in San Francisco all worked together
Okay.
so that they didn't have matinees at the same times.
Oh, so okay.
So we would get to go. Like I saw Evita. I saw Chicago with the original New York cast, Gwen Verdon, Cheetah Rivera, Jerry Orbach, because we had different days.
Yeah.
And so I'd be able to go see their shows and they'd be able to see mine.
That's great.
So they came to see the show. And when she introduced herself, I was like, wait, you're Rosemarie. And she goes, yes, I am. And I said, I sang your song for my original Annie audition.
This is the song they let you finish.
This is the song they let me finish.
So when you go in to sing and they're like, oh yeah, we're not doing 4 bars here. You keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the song?
The song was called Come Out, Wherever You Are.
Okay.
Come out, wherever you are, behind a cloud or up on a star. Come out, wherever you are. I had a whole little dance to it.
I love it. So they come to see your show.
Yes.
And did they come back to meet you in the
Yes. So they
back?
came backstage, and that's when I was like, wait, Rosemarie.
Yeah.
I sang your song. And so she laughingly put "Don't Sing My Song" on.
So it says, for Patricia,
Yeah.
you are a great little artist.
Yep.
God bless you. Keep your, what does it say?
Keep you happy.
God bless you and keep you happy.
Yeah.
Oh, all my love. And that, I was trying to read that. I was like,
I know. It doesn't look like Rosemarie, does it?
Rosemary, but I'm sure it does. Maybe it says Sally Rogers. But I love that about don't sing my song.
Don't sing my song. Yeah.
Oh, Patricia, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
just coming and sharing. And
You're
this was
welcome.
a really, I hope it was fun for you. To
It was way fun for me.
a little bit down
and it was easy
memory
to get
lane.
here.
Yes. We don't have a 4-hour commute, right?
No, there's
just
not a 4
walk
hour.
across the yard.
Yeah.
So, no, but this was so fun, and
Thank you.
we're really excited to have you here. And I don't know.
I'm happy to have you guys as neighbors.
Oh, thank you.
You guys have been lovely.
Thank you. We are too. We loved our neighbor that lived there. I mean, the whole time we lived here, almost 20 years, we were neighbors.
Yeah.
Sad to see him go, but so thankful that you're our new neighbor, and
Thank you.
and we just think that's a privilege. So thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
This has been the David and Hillary Show, but of course without David. And I guess until next time, we will see you later.
See ya.